And welcome back, gamers. We are here playing Dwarf Fortress, Lazy New Pack Edition, and I am Draxxinusam. I'm trying to remember what we did last time. It's been a little while since I've recorded. Trust me, I do remember that zombies ate us alive. We recently had traders come through, so we are probably going to work on a few siege preparedness items. And maybe some well design I know is also up on the to-do list. So we'll go ahead and get started with the well. As you can see, I did a little bit of work on the hospital. I know that was also on the episode last time. It wasn't really that big of a thing, but this is basically the hospital as it stands. There's still some things to be done, but here we have chests, and here we have cabinets. These items. So these four are chests, these three, and then this one up here are cabinets. Then it's a bed and table combination, and there's a specific reason why you do these bed and table combinations. So for surgery, you need a table. The thing is, when surgery is done, they don't leave you on the table. They can only, because of the injuries, they can only move the dwarf one square away from that table. And to make sure that the dwarf can actually get rest and healed is to put a table or a bed next to the table. Because there wasn't as much room as I'd have liked, we basically made an array of tables and beds. I usually would like a space sort of to delineate which ones are associated with which, and I might in fact expand. Actually, I might do that right now. So let's see. So I guess we need an expansion of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way, the reason I'm actually deciding to go ahead and do that is because I don't want, because the dwarves don't really ever think about what they're doing. So if you had this setup and they say have a dwarf operated on, so as you can see, the bed is on the outside, so the table to its right is the table that's associated. So if he was somewhere in the middle, like right here, and the dwarf was moved to the left, that would basically break and waste a bed and a table, basically. So we're going to want to remove the opportunity for dwarves to screw it up. So let's see. I'm going to remove all of these, which is Q, and then X. I'm kind of hoping they don't ship them out, but I believe they're going to, sort of. Maybe not. Okay, so there's a bed there. There's still something there. There's a bed there. There's a table there. There's a table there. There's a table there. There's a bed here, there's a bed here, there's a bed here. I think I screwed that up, and it's because all this furniture is in the way. Yep, screwed up. Get rid of that one. Okay, so there's a bed and then a table. So we want a bed here, a bed is already there, and a bed is already there. Table. Okay, so we want a table there, we want a table there, and we want a table there. I want a table there, and I want a table there, and I want a table there. There we go. That's a little bit better. What is right here? There. So now they basically, since you can only move one square out from these tables, they don't have the opportunity to waste a bed. So this table will always go to this bed, rather than having the ability to go to the two beds on either side. So we also need some traction benches here for, oh, and they were just completed. Perfect. So we will go ahead and hit B, and then I don't remember, Shift R is what we're looking for. So we'll go ahead and hit Shift R, Shift R, Shift R. We might change it up. I've had a lot of traction benches in my hospitals in the past, and I have never seen them be used before. So we might change this up a little bit, or we might have them double as places where surgery can be done, because I've had hospitals much bigger than this reach capacity for dwarves. So, oh yeah, and we also have to do housing. So we've got a lot to do. So we got to get started. I've kind of been wasting time talking about a hospital, even though it's good to know cabinets and chests. Make sure when you're doing containers, because to place containers you hit B and then H. Containers also count as bags. Bags do not work in hospitals, so when you're placing it, be sure to watch what you're doing, and if it's cut off and you're kind of not sure, go ahead and hit V, and it will give you the name of the item up here. Let's see. So we want to work on our well. So we have to plan this out here. Okay, so this is where the water flows. Okay, so this is the bottom level, the well area, or the first well, the first reservoir. And this is where the well will be in general. So, I'm going to want it to be about in here. And then, so let's expand this down a bit. Say about right there. Actually, let's move this back. So what I'm trying to do is I want it to be symmetrical. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty big. Something like that. Should suffice. I don't actually want them to do that just yet, so I'm actually going to cut out this portion of it, and in fact I got it wrong anyway, because that's... There we go. Okay, so I want the pump to... I don't necessarily need all of this to be well, but it needs to sort of have a rhyme and a reason down here. So, let's see, which means you have to plan it out a little bit up here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I have to think about this. I want it to pull into, so, okay, let's say from here to here is where I want it. At least. I could do a lip, actually. Do I want a lip? Do I want a lip? You know what? Sure. Let's make it fancy. So let's channel the area we thought we were going to be using. So then this will, we don't even technically need to designate this, but I'm going to designate it just so I can see what I'm doing. So we're going to have a 1x1 lip. And that 1x1 lip is going to come out to here. So I need the pump to be approximately right here. Actually, right there. And I need it, so I need one in front of it because the water wheel sticks out one. And just as a note, the water wheel always has to attach the leading edge of the pump. So if this is the back area where it pulls from, the water wheel needs to be attached to the front square, otherwise it will not work. Actually, we might have to pull it back too, because if this is a wall, then we'll break it by having this water wheel here. So let's pull it. Okay, so it's 2, so that, and then that's the lip. So we're going to have to pull it back one more. So let's remove this. See, because the thing is, you have to plan for where your walls are going to be. So this is going to be the wall separating the actual mechanisms from the well itself. So we need the well to come all the way to over here. And I want a channel here. And perfect. Actually, I don't want a complete lip on that. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I don't want a complete lip is because if a dwarf happens to fall in or tries to go swimming, I don't want it to be a death trap. I want them to be able to get back up, so I'm going to leave... so there will be a lip. It'll move in there and then come around, and then the two in the back will be somewhere where they can get up. Might not necessarily save any dwarven lives, just because it usually has to be where they are, which will probably be up in this area, up here. So I'm not sure that that's actually going to do us much good. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it. And then maybe a door over here. Why not? Oh yeah, right. So what I want is... Let's bring this down a little bit. And then, so let's get as close as possible, which will be right here. And like that. Though I could make an access from up here, which is what I usually do. In fact, let's do that. I don't like having it on a different level, because if you want to work on the well, you have to access it from the well, so why wouldn't you do that? So let's go like this. Like this, then we will have a downward stairway, which is J, right here. Oh, nope, I don't want it that close. So J right there for the downward stairway, then we meet it with an upward stairway, then we have a sort of room here, because why not, and then a place for a door. And then actually, if this is the well, then I need a channel right here. Whoops. Because you can't have a pump pumping through stone. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so while they're doing that, I'm going to start planning out housing. And housing, I am going to do... Let's do it on this level. This level needs some love. So... let's expand this out. I don't know if you've seen my last episode or my previous series, but I actually really enjoy what I call a fractal program, or a fractal housing sort of circuit. It's really nice because it gives dwarves the chance to... gives them the chance to have this is way overkill for doors, but you never know. But it gives them the chance to have like cabinets and things. It gets you will notice that as clothing deteriorates, they'll basically drop it on the floor, and it gets really messy and ugly. But if you have room for them to actually like get a cabinet or something, it will be a lot better for you. So, one moment here. So, while they're busy mining this out, I want to make sure... I've done it so many times, but it's sort of like every iteration, it slowly gets incorrect in my head. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I do it right. So, 1 second here. I'm definitely not cheating right now. I'm just kidding. Never, ever, ever be afraid to use Dwarf Fortress Wiki. When I first played, I didn't have, like, there weren't very many good videos for help. So I basically, like, 80% of what... Because the people I watch were nowhere near as thorough as I am, and I'm not like, oh, I'm the best. But, like, their housing was awful. It was basically giant rooms with... just stuff in them. It was terrible, and I couldn't figure anything out. It was really confusing. I didn't know what was going on, all sorts of stuff. But so I had to do a lot of learning from the wiki, and yeah, it was something. So I'm gonna have to count this out, so I'm gonna leave my game running for a second because the counting out part takes a lot of effort. So okay. So, from the middle, okay, so I need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 from the middle, or 17 to the top, which would be the wall. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that is the dead middle right there. Okie dokie. So, alright. So then, across from the wall, which is this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And that isn't actually the technical edge, but it is 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And I believe that includes the wall, so I only want 31. So, at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 is the middle. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That is the middle. Whoops. Okay, so here comes the magic part. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first junction happens at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I believe it's 9 after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Watch close. So I've been thinking a little bit while I do this. Feel free to keep close eyes and not listen to me, but I've been thinking about the sort of end game for Dwarf Fortress, and the problem is, you guys seem to love Dwarf Fortress, and to be honest, I actually love recording it. I mean, of course I love recording it, I love playing it. I mean, if you're watching me right now, this is fast as lightning, am I right? But anyways, so I've been sort of thinking about, whoops, the end game and sort of where to take it. Like, do I keep playing? Do I sort of just let it go after the tutorial's done? And I'm honestly not sure. After the tutorial's done, like, I'm not sure how entertaining this game will be on its own. So if you're watching and you have an opinion, if you want me to keep making videos for Dwarf Fortress, we can definitely do that. I do have a few ideas for ways to play it to make it sort of interesting for you, the viewer. And I mess that up. And I'll show you what I did. See this? There's a 2-space gap. I counted it wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. It's perfect. It's still annoying, though, because this is going to be 1 up, so that's going to hit that edge. See, this is why I counted out, because I can always, like, confuse myself and be like, oh, no, I did it wrong, and then I go back and look at the design, and I didn't mess it up, and then I have to go back and fix it. I've done these so often, like, I can be like, wait, like, for a long time, I kept messing up this over here. Like, I would get it confused as to which one was supposed to be the row that was in and which one was supposed to be the row that was out, if you know what I mean. Like, this is the in row and this is the out row, and sometimes I'd get them mixed up and it would cause the counting to be wrong in other places on it. It can be confusing, and, you know, once you've done it enough, you can sort of get the, like, even if you're not OCD, then, or, you know, mini OCD, where little unsymmetricities, unsymmetricalnesses, if that bugs you, then I would definitely recommend counting this out. And they kind of bug me. It's like, every time I passed by, I would always see where I messed up, and I would just stare at it like a crazy person. And I would just stare, like, trying to will it to get symmetrical, because I am a big fan of symmetry, as you may have noticed. And if you didn't, well, that's okay. Or you're unobservant, whatever. But anyways, so my thought is how to do a sort of game where Dwarf Fortress is actually interesting to watch. I mean, I could still do, like, hints and tips, but one thing that I could do, and tell me what you think, either in the comments section or whatever, email, however you want to get in contact with me, is I can do basically like Dwarf Fortress challenges, and that is like, an example would be like, make a fortress in a location that has a certain level of savageness, or make a Dwarf Fortress without using a certain type of resource or a certain type of design. I think these are interesting because some of the YouTubers I watch on other games, they do similar sort of things, and I find it to be really interesting because it sort of it makes you grow, basically. Because you have to think about new ways to solve problems, and I think that is an important thing. Because if you never have to actually what's going on here? Something over here is messed up. Oh, I know what it is. It's the lip. The lip doesn't exist yet. Oh, no, they ruined it. No, I ruined it. Crap, do you see what happened? So this is all, how am I going to do that? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Oh, that sucks. They screwed it up, stupid dwarves. I screwed it up. Okay, so yeah, you have to be paying attention to this, otherwise it'll happen to you. So if you see here, they mined out this, and this is the layer below, and this is the layer below. So when they channel it out, it sort of breaks the content. Crap. Oh well, I suppose I can actually build ramps up, so that's a thing. But anyways, so what happened was that they mined out this area before they did the channeling, and I actually didn't want them to mine out there anyway. It was sort of guidelines for me, but I forgot to remove them. But basically, now this is just an empty space, which is what we technically want, but I want them to have quick access down here. In fact, I may as well put that in right now. Let's see. Okay, wait. Okay, B, Control C, ramp. And I want 2 of them, please. We'll do limestone, why not? And then B, D, nope. B, Shift C, R, and then more limestone. Okay, perfect. But anyways, what was I saying before I was interrupted by my own stupidity? What is that? Oh, it's part of the butcher shop. What was I saying? Crap. Oh. Oh, okay. Elven caravans. So there is a special... Oh, grizzly. What is going on over here? Vomit and blood. Lots of elephant blood. So one thing to note is if you do want to trade with the elves, make super duper sure that you are not giving them any wood at all. I don't care if it's a barrel, if it's like some wood shavings that happen to have been on some of your stone products. If it comes across to them in any sort of fashion that you are giving them wood, even accidentally, even if all of the regular items you're trading them are technically stone, they will still poop their britches, and they will be very upset with you, because it's basically like, oh, you killed a tree, you're a terrible person. And the moment you try and trade it with them any wood, the trade is over. They're not buying anything, they're not selling anything, they pack up all their stuff and leave. If this happens more than a few times, they will declare war on you. I may have mentioned it a few times in other videos, but Elven melee is pretty laughable. However, it is not their melee that you should be worried about. What you should be worried about are their archers, which will shoot you to pieces. They come in droves, they have very large quivers, and they are mean. And I mean, they wear, like, wooden armor and weapons, but enough arrows will put even, like... I don't care if you're wearing full plate. If you're shot by 100 arrows, chances are pretty decent. Something's going to find a way either through your armor or in a gap in your armor. So, yeah, it's not recommended that you anger the elves. And that is not to say to ignore the elves completely. I'll see if we can... Let's see. See if we have anything that they even care about. They bring wood sometimes, which is important, because wood is a very valuable resource, obviously. But they also bring... they bring a couple of things. They bring, actually, the most valuable... If they like you enough, they bring you the most valuable seed/food item in the game, which is known as a high berry, and it makes, like, high berry wine or high berry ale or something. Is it highberry? I could be wrong. It's like sunberry or high... I think it's sunberry now that I say that. And it is the most valuable food item in the game in that it makes it's a very high quality food and a very high quality beer, even if crappy dwarves make it, and it always makes them like, oh, this is awesome. But they have to really like you, and as something to note is the sunberry only is an overland seed item. So you'll have to make a greenhouse, which I might do a tutorial on someday, or maybe if we continue the series, it'll be a challenge to make it and get high berries or something. And I mean, you can do anything for the challenges. But that's... so don't try to discredit the elves completely. They do bring you some nice things, but it's just a sort of a beware kind of thing. So we'll send them a few things. Let's send them pots. Maybe food? Do we have food? Meat? Ooh, meat barrel. Do I have any meals? Maybe? I don't want... that's what I want. Pots, not barrels. Pot, pot. Pot, 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 pot. Okay. So we'll see if we can trade with them and get a few things. We're gonna need beds. Lots of them. So this is the housing design. It's kind of crazy to look at right now just because of sort of the stone types and the walls. But once we smooth it out, you'll be able to see they're basically T intersections. And I'm sure if you go back in the video, you can see what it'll look like as well. It's very nice. It's very high value, high density housing for the space, and I mean you can definitely make the sort of like line houses. So if this were the hallway, you could do the sort of line houses like this, where this top one would be the bed, and then it would be a space, and then a door, or just be open, and you can definitely extend those. Like, oh yeah, there you go. And then that's like a deluxe house because it'd be like a bed, 2 spaces, and a door, or a bed and 3 spaces. I, however, do not like the aesthetic of that. Like, it's technically pretty good value for your buck, but you also have to figure out how to wrap it around so it works, and you also have to make it look nice. I mean, that's part of like my thing in this game is if it looks stupid, I won't like it as much because it's my design, and I want to like my own designs. You know what I mean? So, you know. So the season is changing, so we're sort of waiting for the save, so you can't see what's going on. Well, nothing's going on for me either, so don't worry about it. We're also getting to the long point in this game, so I'm hoping, actually, we'll see if we can't take a look at the goods that the elves brought before we end the episode. We're also going to need to expand our food storage. This is a relatively small food storage for what I usually do, and it's kind of full, and when it's... Hurry with the work orders. Hurry. We got stuff to do, dwarf man. We got stuff to do. Are you coming yet? Approve them faster. Is it really that hard? We have a pretty big supply of wood. Stone is always a big supply, as you can see. Are we here yet? Why are you still... How long does it take? Oops, job. Construct building. One of those is suspended? I had no idea. Stay in school, kids. Maybe that's why some of our stuff bottlenecks so badly. Yay! Okay. So he's up here, so now we can go ahead and take a look. So, obviously, a bin can be very dangerous, so be sure to view things. So as you can see, it's mango wood. So if I traded this, they don't mind that it's there, but if you try and give it to them, they will poop their pants and then stab you. Well, they won't stab you, but they'll call you dumb and leave. So they a lot of their stuff is made out of wood, obviously. Which is weird because they're like, don't you make wood out of things. But they make everything out of wood, though there is an argument that they're shaping wood and not necessarily like carving it or chopping it or whatever. Rather, they like make wood grow in certain ways, or I've heard arguments about that, or like in certain stories. But anyways, so they do have a lot of this stuff is kind of crap, like pine cages and acacia cages. That's not super useful. Like, it's sort of good for animals, but for like jail houses, there's like a required like sturdiness, and that doesn't meet it even anywhere close. But they bring lots of exotic creatures that can be either taught for war or trained. So they brought a python, a giant eagle, a slug. All of, I mean, that sounds really dumb, but they can be used for awesome purposes for like when you're sieged. A few other items, they bring gnome blight. Sometimes humans bring that as well. I don't think dwarves usually bring gnome blight, and I'm not sure why, but it is the most valuable form of wood. They bring lots of the overworld seeds and beers, which is like swamp whiskey, sewer brew, longland beer. See, this is the sort of weapons they use, is these long oaken swords, which don't sound very killingness. I don't even... effective at killing things. So that's a lot. And bows, also, I believe your dwarves have problems using, so don't buy those. I would say just make your own crossbows. And a note on that also, if you play this game, just be aware that there's also a difference between bolts and arrows. Just like in real life, there's a difference. Arrows do not work in crossbows, so don't buy a ton of arrows and think, oh yeah, I'm in business, because you won't be. So here's some boots and socks and bucklers. All of this can be made. Sandbags is something else. Dye is something else. They bring cloth. And they bring some other stuff. So here are these arrows. So that's just a few things that you'll see on your first elven trade. But like I said, they do have some cool stuff, but not necessarily some of the stuff that you're going to want to see. But it's definitely later game, very helpful. So we will go ahead and leave it there. I'm not actually going to trade any of these right now just because no one cares. So we will say... I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Again, I will ask that if you want me to do, like, continue, not that we're near to any, because I still have lots of military, well, all sorts of stuff to do for you, but when we come to the end of these tutorials, if you want me to do a Dwarf Fortress series, either in adventure mode or, like, in Fortress mode, and then have challenges, like, don't use certain materials, or make certain objectives, or... make your fortress in such a way, or all sorts of things. I mean, you can make it pretty fun. Or don't use a certain design that you like maybe you don't want me to use this stair system, or maybe you want me to use a greenhouse and overworld food types only instead of this, or maybe you don't want me to use my design for the kitchen, or maybe... I mean, whatever. The challenges can be whatever, but I basically want to make it interesting for you guys. So if you can think of something, or if you do want to see those, leave a message, leave a like, and I'll see what we can do for you and see what the interest there is, because I know that this could also be very boring to watch. And then I will say thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you next time. I've been Draxxinusam. You've been fantastic. See you next time.